My name is Anita Salas, and the title of my speech is The Benefits of a Gluten-Free Diet. I'm sure many of you have heard about gluten and gluten-free foods lately. This is because gluten is the cause of a disease that affects many people. This disease is known as celiac disease. This topic is also one that I feel strongly about, as my fiance also suffers from it. According to the Celiac Disease Foundation, 1 out of 133 people in the United States is affected with celiac disease. For those with celiac disease, adopting a gluten-free diet can alleviate or even eliminate the unpleasant symptoms of this disease. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder in which the body fights gluten and can damage organs, according to Dr. Will Clower, a neuroscientist who also lists some of the following symptoms: bloating, diarrhea, constipation, dizziness, and the inability to think clearly. Cutting out gluten from their diets is the way celiac disease sufferers find relief from these symptoms. The following are just several of the foods that contain gluten, according to the Celiac Disease Foundation: wheat, barley, rye, and their derivatives, along with prepared foods that may also contain gluten, such as croutons, pastas, processed lunch meats, soup bases, and many others. Although adopting a gluten-free diet may be hard, there are many delicious foods that do not contain gluten, such as rice, corn, soy, fresh fruits and vegetables, beef, chicken, lamb, pork, fish, and dairy products. There are also gluten-free pastas and other foods available in your local grocery store, such as this gluten-free multi-purpose flour, rice pasta, and quinoa. Many people might argue that adopting a gluten-free diet is too challenging, since there are many popular foods that people eat that contain gluten or traces of gluten. It may be difficult in the beginning stages, but the long-term benefits far outweigh the initial inconvenience and extra hard work. Seeing firsthand how celiac disease affects my fiance is reason enough for me to also adopt a gluten-free diet. I love food and I enjoy eating. I get pleasure out of great tasting food, as do most people. I would hate to constantly be plagued by constipation, nausea, diarrhea, headaches, or possibly much worse as a direct result of those foods I would enjoy only momentarily. This would cause me to dread eating, which I refuse to do. So researching and finding out that there are many good and healthy foods out there that are gluten-free forces me to share this knowledge to those of you who suffer from any of the previously mentioned symptoms or know someone else who does. Now, after having tried this diet semi-faithfully for the past several weeks, I can tell you that my fiance and I have noticed a marked change in our energy and digestive health. It's been a fun experience trying out new ingredients, to us anyway, such as quinoa and rice pasta. Also, it's kind of simultaneously encouraged us to watch what we eat. In general, we've cut back on dining out, which has not only been great on our waistlines, but our wallets as well. We're also trying to plan our meals ahead of time when we can, and that allows us to think more thoughtfully through a healthy and budget-friendly shopping list for each week. Being the chef in the household, my fiance has been creatively inventing new gluten-free substitution dishes to our old ones, and while some of them have been touch and go, I'm finding that overall my experiences are positive, and I'm really not missing my gluten-filled products like I predicted I would. It also helps that one of my favorite pizzerias in town carries gluten-free pizza, so when the women does screw dinner up, I have them on speed dial just in case. Although adopting a gluten-free diet can be challenging at first, the benefits can be worth it, especially if you suffer from this disease or any other gluten sensitivity. If you feel you may have celiacs, I encourage you to get tested by your doctor, and if you are diagnosed with the disease, do not lose hope. You can still enjoy great tasting and healthy foods. This website, celiac.org, has a lot of good information about celiac disease and how it can be managed through a gluten-free diet. You'll also find lists of food to eat and to avoid, as well as recipes that can be prepared without gluten.